Hi, and welcome to episode 3 of the Bag Blogger. Well, if you've been watching the Middle East over the past few months, well, you've probably heard Israel threaten to attack Iran over its alleged nuclear weapons program. Well, we've heard the customary comparisons of the Iranians to the Nazis and, of course, the obligatory references to the Holocaust. Now, the U.S. has also joined the bashing with harsh rhetoric, punitive sanctions, and reminders to the Iranians that the president just doesn't bluff. Well, the Iranians, of course, deny they're working on a bomb, and, well, the IAEA agrees. So does the U.S. intelligence community. So what's really going on here? Why all the rhetoric and saber-rattling? Is this just the run-up to another Iraq war? Well, the motives of Israel seem pretty clear. Israel is the region's only superpower, the only Middle Eastern country with nuclear weapons, and the country with the most advanced military arsenal. It's a real Goliath in a region full of pitiful Davids, and Israel would like to maintain its hegemony. With Iraq gone and Syria crumbling, Iran stands as the lone defiant obstacle to complete Israeli dominance over the Middle East. The alleged Iranian nuclear weapons program is the perfect pretext to take out this potential rival with a preemptive strike. Iran, of course, poses no military threat to Israel. It remains a poor country with a hopelessly outdated military, struggling to pull itself out of third world status. It's no match for Israel's modern military arsenal. Israel, on the other hand, remains the greatest threat to peace and stability in the Middle East. It's the only country routinely attacking its neighbors, and it has a long history of human rights abuses. It's Israel that has brought terrorism to the conflict with its murder of scores of Iranian scientists and sabotage of Iranian nuclear installations with the Stuxnet virus. Can you imagine for a minute if American scientists working at Los Alamos, for example, were being car-bombed? What would you think? But while Israel wants to wipe out Iran's nuclear program, they just can't do it themselves. They need to coerce the Americans to help them out. In America, it's an election year, and everyone wants to court the pro-Israeli lobby. Many have talked tough on Iran to curry favor and garner votes, but some are even convinced it's in the interests of the U.S. to preemptively strike Iran. In other words, make sure Iran remains weak and can't defend itself. Since Iran is not a military threat to the U.S. bases in Afghanistan or the Fifth Fleet in Bahrain, what gives? Oil does. Since the 1953 CIA British overthrow of the Iranian government, the U.S. has deliberately tried to isolate and weaken Iran to ensure that oil keeps flowing west. It maintains bases in the region to make sure Iran stays in line and to ensure Chinese influence is kept at bay. The U.S. is particularly concerned about Iran's recent establishment of an oil bourse that takes euros but won't accept U.S. dollars for payment. This is a direct threat to U.S. oil interests and U.S. control of the oil trade. At the end of the day, there are simply no defensible reasons to attack Iran. Iran does not pose a threat to the region. It's not at war with its neighbors, nor has it constructed the very weapons that its accusers have stockpiled themselves. The sanctions are simply cruel and unproductive, and the threats unjustified and dangerous. Now, a rational person would realize the path forward with Iran is discussion and engagement, not war. But people are rarely rational when money is on the line or in an election year. Iran could be an important economic partner for the U.S., and no one gains through conflict. We should have learned this after the 1953 fiasco. The real problem, and the elephant in the room, is Israel. Israel continues to flaunt international law and refuses to accede to the Non-Proliferation Treaty on nuclear weapons and disarm. Worse than that, it continues to drag the U.S. into conflicts it doesn't need, hurting long-term relationships and future strategic partnerships. In the end, maybe this is what Israel wants, and its ability of this tail to wag the big dog shows just how much influence this foreign government has on the U.S. And that is a real threat to America and the rest of the world. I'm the Bag Blogger because sometimes it just has to be said.